Hi everyone, today I'll be sharing with you on the company Hobby Land Limited. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a brief introduction on the company Hobby Land Limited. On top of that, I'll be analyzing 3 different factors with you, one of which will be quantitative analysis, another will be the qualitative analysis, and lastly, it will be the competitors analysis. After analyzing the 3 different factors, I'll be giving you a conclusion if we should invest into Hobby Land Limited. Company profile. Now we'll proceed on to the quantitative analysis of Hobby Land Limited. Firstly, we'll look into the liquidity level of the company. In the year 2013, it actually shows that the current ratio is at 0.71. It is a bad indication signifying that the company is not in a good financial health, and if the company were to meet any obligations, they would not be able to pay at a very short notice. The low current ratio in 2013 was mainly due to the decrease in current assets and the increase in current liabilities. The reason why the current assets has decreased is due to the completion of sales of freehold and hotel building, which has translated into profits in the income sheet, resulting the assets held for sales to decrease significantly. On the other note, the current liabilities has increased was mainly due to the increase in secured bank loans. This was due to the maturity of the Metropolis project loan in mid-February 2014 and was subsequently refinanced under a 5-year loan. Now we'll proceed on to look at the 5-year trend of current ratio. From 2009 to 2013, it shows a downward trend from 3.76 to 0.71. And also on top of that, in 2012, it actually shows a significant decrease from 2.02 to 0.71 in 2013. Now we will compare the current ratio of Hobby Land against its peers. As we can see, Wing Tai Holdings held a current ratio of 6.84%, whereas Goco Land 2.54% and Wheelock Properties 11.66%. This shows us that Hobby Land's performance for current ratio has failed in comparison against its peers. Now let's take a look at the profitability level of the company through the use of net profit margin. As we observe from the 5-year trend from 2009 to 2013, it has increased significantly from 29.07% to 424.69%. And this shows an upward trend. An upward trend will actually signifies that there are more net sales dollars providing more profit to the business. And in 2013, for every $1 net sales, it generates $4.25 of net operating profits. And as we can see, from 2012 to 2013, it has increased significantly, and this is due to the gain on disposals of shares in Chongsang Holdings International Limited, which has resulted the attributable profits to increase significantly. Moving on, the earnings per share. Generally, from 2009 to 2013, it has increased from 42.44 to 87.42. It actually shows a downward trend for the first few years, and subsequently, it shows an upward trend for the recent years. Now, we'll compare the earnings per share against its competitors. For Hobby Land, it's 87.42, for Wing Tai it's 67.8, For Gokuland, it's 3.57, and for Wheelock Properties, it's 7.63. This actually shows that investors are willing to pay more for Hobbyland shares. Return on equity generally has shown a slight decrease from 2009 to 2013, from 30.44 to 28.47, and it has shown a downward trend in the first few years and an upward trend in the recent years. ROE tells us the profit in investment, and this has shown that from 2012 to 2013, there has been an increase in the return on equity, which means that investors are able to get more profits from their investment. And also on the return on assets, it has increased from 2009 to 2013 from 16.68 to 21.78, and it shows a downward trend in the first few years and an upward trend in the recent years. And from 2012 to 2013, it has increased significantly from 7.88 to 21.78. This shows that the company is utilizing the assets well, and even better, due to the significant jump. Return on equity, Hobbyland against its competitors, Hobbyland outstand the others by scoring 28.47 for the return on equity, and also 21.78 on the return on assets. Both indicators has actually showed that Hobbyland has outperformed its peers. Now I'll proceed on to talk about the qualitative analysis of Hobbyland Company. Firstly, the Singapore government has came up with cool measures for the residential property, which has negatively impacted the whole industry. So Hobbyland is looking into different ways where they can increase their income. So with the help of the Metropolis and also the Rose Court office building in London, it will help to increase their investment income through the contributions. And also apart from that, they have acquired a commercial building in London in March 2014 this year. This will help them to move towards the direction of building their own investment portfolio. And on top of that, they are looking into opportunities of investing locally and also globally. In conclusion, I feel that we should invest into Hobbyland. However, we should defer our investment until the cooling measure starts to ease off. We should take this time to observe the industry a little longer and also the company better. This is so because the company recently ran into low current ratio issues. This means to say that if we were to invest our money into Hobbyland Company, we might face it might involve a lot of risks. And also, despite the fact that the company has high net profit margin, high earnings per share, high return on assets, and also high return on equity, it does not mean that the company do not have any risk at all. So despite the fact that it has been performing well, better than its competitors, I feel that it's worth investing. However, we should actually defer our investment. Lastly, thank you for watching my video and have a good day.